G'day everyone, we're doing a very easy job today. We're going to change out these two control pods on the side of the dash on this Z32 300ZX. They're known for being quite brittle after 30 years. This one here is totally broken away and someone's repaired it with glue back in the past. So I've decided to buy two brand new ones. We can still buy them brand new from Nissan. We have genuine part numbers on here. Just make sure you're buying right hand side or left hand side depending on what side the steering wheel is on, and right hand side and left hand side of the steering wheel. There's 4 different part numbers: left hand drive, left and right hand drive, left and right. I bought these from CZP. They're $116 with shipping to my door, US. $51 for one side, $25 for the other side. They're both in stock. I bought them. They came to my door within a week. Pretty good. All up $116 US. So let's get them out of the boxes and we'll have a look at how to change them out. So pretty much the only tool we're actually going to need to do this job is going to be a screwdriver. I've gone for a fairly long one because there are screws right in the back of the pod there. There's 2 screws in the bottom here. Usually you'd have to undo them with a screwdriver. Mine has broken, so we're just going to undo them by hand here. Mine has a big section out of here, so obviously there'll be 2 screws through the bottom there. We'll unplug both of these. There's one plug in the bottom here for our light switch. And there's another plug. Another 3 plugs. There we go. All right, so we've got 3 plugs in total there. We've got the bottom one, this center one that someone spliced into, and I've got this little one here as well. So we take all 3 of them out, and then we have 2 screws in the back, and there's one in the top corner there, and we're going to have to recover this bracket as well. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 2 there as well. Let's grab those out. Okay, with those 3 screws, we had that one, and that one. These 2 came out. They actually broke away. It's that brittle as it came out, and the pods come off. There's a hole at the top here. I'm not sure if there's meant to be a screw in there, but mine certainly didn't have one. Yours may do, so have a quick look at that. And we'll just slide the new pod on. Okay, so right hand drive, right hand light switch pod is this part number here. That's the one there, and that's what it looks like here. That's just going to go there exactly like the old one did. We'll put that bracket on the top and we'll put the light switch in. These top 2 screws here are incredibly tight. I don't know if I've got the right screws or whatever. This is what came out. I'm just working them backwards and forwards a little bit to cut a thread, because if I screw them all the way in, it's likely to crack the thread that it's going into. I don't know if there's much thread in there from Nissan, or I'm just sort of cutting my own. So I'll just work it in and out a little bit and slowly tighten it up. If it's feeling better every time I do. It was incredibly tight, so just watch out for that. Good chance here to change out any of these globes you may need to if they're not working, or if you want to change them for LED. I've put a couple of LEDs in this one, and I'll put a couple more in. You can buy LED kits online, but I'd be changing those out and make sure they all work before we plug it all back in. We're just going to plug it in. It's going to hook in the top here, and then we'll put the 2 screws in the bottom there. Cool, that's all in, and there's 2 screws that go in the bottom, and that side is done. I'm going to change out this side as well, much the same. We'll take the 2 screws out the bottom and we'll just change out the pod. It's also been glued in. There's a bracket at the top here that was already loose, and the hazard light has the 2 holes in it for the mounting of this climate control pod. So we'll unplug everything, same as before. Get everything unplugged. We'll whip that out and we'll change out this pod and we'll put it all back together. The hazard light switch does just pop off that way. I just pried it off with the screwdriver. It just sits on top and slides backwards and forwards to activate the hazard lights. We pop that off, and then we can push all of this out of the way and access the final screw in the back there. The hazard light plug here with one of them is broken on mine, the 2 eyelets on it. It does not fit through here, so you do have to unplug it, and it has to come out through the front, which is fair enough. You just unplug it from the back and it comes out through the front. And same when you put it together, we're going to have to put that plug together through the hole, and then the rest of these wires can then go through the pod, the new pod, and we'll bolt it all together with the same 3 screws we did on the right hand side. Okay, the right hand drive, left hand pod, there's the part number there. That has the hole in the top, so we know it's that one. Put the wires through, we'll screw it together. Just be sure to put this screw in the back up here before we put in the hazard switch, because you can't get to it if you don't. That bracket on, then 2 screws tight. That is now doing everything it should. Pretty happy that works reliably. Just plug in the rest of these plugs and the 2 bottom screws. Okay, we just confirmed that everything still works as it should. It looks good from here. That's those 2 installed. It's another step closer to restoring this car back to how it should be. Thank you very much for watching.